A lot of times I'm driving, there's nothing to do, and I shuffle through the radio before I unglue. There's a lot of red on ways, it's traffic, I'm screwed, and I'm wired a bit different than a regular dude. It's not a bad thing, I embrace it, it's true. The radio don't stimulate brain chemistry fluid. The Buddha found nirvana and the Four Noble Truths. Through a meditative process, right action he proved. For me, I require the use of a tool, a detector, pin, pointer, shovel, and beach scoop. I'm meant to work the dirt with my history crew, but everywhere I look, my interest taboo. Most people choose Bieber over Tippy Canoe. What does a detectorist listen to when the radio is full of bad music and news? I need an alternative for me to peruse. Beyond Sight and Sound gets fantastic reviews. A metal detecting show where my thought bubble brews. Thank you, Josh Kimmel, for inviting me to a detecting dork out with guests like yours truly.
Are you looking for a high-quality beach and sand scoop? Are you trying to take your hunting to the extreme? How about an American-based company that stands behind their product and everything they sell? Then check out our friends over at XTREME Scoops. John has been making scoops for some time now and makes a quality beach and sand scoop to take your hunting to the next level. XTREME Scoops recently released their new sand shredder that works great in the water and on the beach. And if you're a new Equinox user, you may want to check out his Surfmaster X3 that can trap those small targets you new Equinox users are finding out there. XTREME Scoop's company approach is let's do it right. So do it right, buy it once, and go to the extreme. XTREMEScoops.com. That's XTREME scoops.com. Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show. That's right, the fine print's out of the way. It's time to roll with the show. We're back and we're live once again. You are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound, metal detecting and treasure hunting radio for all the really cool digging people out there. I see the Bills are in the chat. I see Chuck is in the chat. I see Paul, Miss Tam, Mike, Barb. There's people in the chat all over the place. Good grief, I can't even keep track. Well, what do you do? That's the way it goes. Anyway, links in the description. Our friends over at Shooters and Prospectors, DETECTEES.com, XTREME Scoops, TheRingFinders, All Metal Militia on Facebook, All Metal Militia on YouTube, Detect Head Outdoors on YouTube, Crazy Spider Adventures on YouTube, Metal Detecting NYC, Ohio Metal Detecting on YouTube, the Mini Horde commercial, the Nokta Makro website, Midwest Refineries, the 10K return. Yeah. Exactly. The link that everybody needs to look for, basically, is the Great Metal Detecting Christmas Giveaway Facebook group for kids ages 5 to 15. Because the group is growing, and it's growing fast, which means we're quickly approaching that time of the year, and it's that time for the promo show where we start to promote it, we start to spread the link around, we start to ask people to open up their pockets and maybe donate some gear, some coins, used, new, doesn't matter. We don't care. That's the great part about it. The kids are still going to love it. And it's already looking like it's going to be a phenomenal year this year, the way it sounds. So let's get Barb in here, since she's the one behind all the little workshop action there at Santa's place in North Carolina. How's it going, Barb?
It's going good, but this is all your fault. You do know that.
Well, you can blame it on me if you'd like, but it's not just my fault. I do have a cohort there. I mean, Chuck gets some of this too. We colluded.
Chuck gets a lot of it. He actually had the audacity to post pictures of Montpelier today, and I'm like, don't go there. Chuck has trees. Chuck has trees fall on you when you go there. He brings in the ice and the snow, and the trees fall, and they boot you out to the curb. And Gail looked like she was having really nice fun, but I didn't get to have any of that fun. So we're gonna blame everything on Chuck tonight.
Well, I can't let him take all the blame. And actually, he's had some help this year, because he's just the guy printing the shipping labels. It's everybody else behind the scenes. It's going, you make sure and ship that to Barb. Don't wait and send it to the winners. Just ship that to Barb.
and can we stop doing that? Don't ship to me. Y'all are going to cost me. I'm going to have to go sell my gold tooth or something,
Well, hey, it's for a good cause.
It doesn't matter. You know what? When we get close, I'm going to, tell people if you don't have any good relics, you can send me $5 on PayPal. Last year, the first year, this will be our third year. The first year, I think it was like $75 to ship everything. But we had a lot of small prizes.
And there were a number of winners, or a number of people that were shipping the larger items from their location.
Yes. And so the first year and the second year, all the detectors were shipped from dealers or donators. And so I had all the coins and the T-shirts and, things like that. But, of course, this thing is getting bigger and bigger. So the prizes and donations are getting bigger and bigger. And so last year, when I boxed everything up, and I buy the boxes. I'm sorry I can't reuse boxes. It takes too much time. I go to Walmart. I go in and spend probably $70 just buying envelopes and boxes.
Not to mention the post office gets a little fussy with you if you reuse boxes sometimes.
Yeah, they got to be in good
DA
shape.
in the house.
Yeah, I seen Frank sneak in. But it's like, it's easier for me to go and buy every size envelope I can. I buy padded envelopes, and they're like $6 for 10 for the little ones, and they're probably $6 for 5 of the bigger ones, which are great for T-shirts and books and coins, and they're cheaper. They come out to like $3, $4 a piece. Then we get into the little boxes Walmart carries, which are about 6 by 6, and they're under $5 to ship. But then I have Frankie, my DIV buddy, who brings me 12 cases that are 8 by 6. So now I've got to go buy a box that the 8 by 6s will fit into, and there were 12 of those. So I end up probably hitting close to $100 just in boxes and padded envelopes.
Well,
which is fine, because I had people like American Digger Magazine send me $50 towards shipping. A bunch of my friends sent $5, $10, $20, and The shipping ended up last year being $275, and I think I pulled $30 out of my pocket on top of the boxes. So I was
Right.
happy.
Well,
I was good with that.
and I'll tell you, Barb, the the other half of the conspiracy is on with us.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how's it going? I've been listening to you, Barb. It was collusion between me and Josh and a conspiracy, and we drug you into the fray, but we will help you cover cost of shipping. You know that.
Right.
Oh, no, last year almost everything was covered.
We figured if we were going to do this, we figured if we were going to do this and do this right, we needed plausible deniability. We needed a scapegoat in case things kind of blew up and the magic smoke came out. We needed a patsy. And you're working great. You're doing a great job.
The first year.
And you know what else has happened, Barb? Since we started doing this a couple years ago, there's a whole bunch of others doing that in a similar fashion. But Lucky Lou's got one going, but it's not just for kids. And they get pinpointers, they get other stuff, but there's some pretty nice stuff coming in. And I sent him hey, Frank, I sent him an ugly box. There's us adults are out there. We got detectors, we got pinpointers, we got everything, but not all of them got an ugly box, and it's coming up to that time of the season, so I donated an ugly box to it.
That's
instead
a nice
of a
gesture.
pinpointer.
But you know what? I think we were the first to do this, and I wish.
Right.
I wish that if people are going to do it, just do it for adults and join us to do the kids and make it bigger in one place. Because if it happens on the same weekend, people are going to come to me. Sorry, folks. They're going to be on our page because they know we are going to give away detectors to kids. And and so don't compete with us. Join us.
But,
you want to have your
getting the kids involved with the mom and dad, uncle, aunt, grandma, grandpa, whatever, is the longevity of our hobby. And if we teach them right, and they get out there and they learn and they continue to do what we're doing, and the kids' machines have gotten so much better.
They have.
That's what's nice.
They have.
This year, those
like
kids.
He's not catching anything. He or she. They aren't interested. But if they're finding, look out. I saw. God, I can't remember who put the post up. The little gal with a mini horde dug a seated dime.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, these kids are going to absolutely love these mini and midi hordes. Delec had actually sent one out for the grandkids here, and the chipper wasn't real kind with the package, so I couldn't post up a photo of the packaging. But the detector is like bulletproof because it made it through just fine and works beautifully. If it were just a little bigger, I could use it, but it's a little too small for me. I'm sure the kids will love them, though.
Frank just posted up Dan Jurgensen's daughter, Violet. That's right.
Yeah, that's
little tiny thing, and she's sitting there with a seated dime going, hey, Dad, that
right.
You don't see many starting out popping seated. There's about 1,000 people out there dying just to find one.
I've only found one. I got one.
And Dad's probably going, how does that happen?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yep, that was fun.
Well, and Jessie Joe at the scout camp hunt that weekend, she had a blast hunting with her midi horde and found just a handful of goodies.
So those kids are, and they're going to follow Grandma and Grandpa, Mom, Dad, whoever's taking them out, Uncle, Aunt, who Big Brother, for whatever. If they're finding, they're going to get hooked just like in fishing and everything else that they want to follow moms and dads and everybody else with. And so we got to keep our hobby in a good light, keep the kids aboard. And I mean, we've got things that evolved. I hate to say this, but back in the day, you rarely saw younger kids like this out there doing it. You saw some teenagers. You shot 11, 12-year-olds because the machines weren't down the size and they were heavy and
even that was kind of few and far between, though, back in the day.
Yep.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So it's a fun thing, and we'll just keep promoting it, Barb. That's been the best thing that we could do, and keep the kiddos coming back. That's pretty cool. And we colluded against you, and we got you doing it. You're a good voice for us.
Well, I've enjoyed it.
There were no Russians involved, trust me.
Or aliens.
Right. We kept this all right here.
Yeah. We kept it in the States, and there may have been a few others involved, but we pushed you into the hold. So, no, we'll make sure you're covered. You'll get some money from me and that kind of stuff.
No, you know what? I have lots of friends, and y'all hold off. American Digger Magazine has already asked what I want. Do I want money to help or a subscription? I told them both. I think kids would love to have a subscription.
I'd love to have
a
subscription to that.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, those that do subscribe to American Digger, keep their eyes open and let me know if anything interesting shows up in the next issue or two, because the way it sounds, there's a good possibility that Ring will be in it.
Oh, well, cool. But so they have been a great supporter in the past. They last year donated money toward a detector, and then they donated more money toward shipping. So this year I've asked them, can you just give me one subscription? Because I think a kid would love that, looking at stuff. You know, kids are all about
especially
pictures.
On those glossy photo pages.
Oh, yeah. Those kids will be going, oh, Dad, can we find one of those? Can we find one of those? And
Dad's going, I'd like to.
Did you get any little sand scoops to give away? Joe Byler's asking that. And by the way, congrats on your rings, Joel. I read that on there.
No. This is what I have so far. DA, Detect America has been excellent. I know some is from Ronnie, some from Frank. I'm sure Steve didn't give a thing, but, you know, that's Steve. I'm just picking on Steve. I'm just picking on Steve. But they said
I know. He's not on tonight. Where's he at, Frankie?
I don't know.
He's
said,
colluding on how to give Barb a hard time.
No, I'm sure.
They sent me 2 proof sets. 2 2012 and I think 16 walk-in silver coins. So they're not the original, but they are silver proofs. A fines case, a bunch of little packets that have an engine, which killed me.
Barb.
A Merc and a Buffalo. And so I have like 4 or 5 of those to give away. All from DA.
Well, I put on there, if you saw there a little while ago, I said if you got any extra Indian heads, send them to Barb to give away.
But you know what? I threw in engines of my own to give away, some beautiful ones. And some Mercs, some Rosies, some Washingtons, some Sacagawegas, all kinds of stuff I've thrown in out of my own pocket because I can't give a kid a fines box and not put stuff in it, you know?
And you got a bunch of fines boxes this year, didn't you?
Ed Olson sent some. You sent
I
some.
know there's been a few sent out from the appreciation giveaway where people have won the fines boxes and told me, just ship it to Barb.
Passed it on. Yep, they passed it on. I had some extras and threw them in there, and Ed bought a bunch for you. You got a bunch of nice little fine boxes to send out.
Well, this is what
folks got some fines that are just doubled up or something, and Barb needs them to stick in the fines boxes.
So this is what I did today because my living room is, I don't know where I'm putting my Christmas tree. I think I'm going to have to put my tree up and put all the presents under the tree in boxes. And it'll look like I'm getting a lot of stuff, and there's not going to be nothing left for me under it once I pack it all up.
Mike Foreman sent you a couple. I think he'd won some or bought some. My memory's getting bad here, Mike.
Yes, he did.
But
it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough when they call you and say, "Hey, this is what I want. Ship it to Barb."
And it makes it difficult on my end to give everyone credit because I don't know who it came from. I've got stuff here. I'm going, who sent me this? It came from Chuck, but who did it come from? You know.
Well, some of them told me they would, tell you on the show here, and they've been doing that. So I'm not supposed to, it's a hush hush thing until the donors tell you.
Right. I know nothing.
It just makes hard for me. It makes it hard for me to track it, and give everyone credit, and I apologize for that. But I was at Florida Hunt 6 in February, and all of the representatives, like Dwight and Carolyn, were like, you need this stuff. So I think I ended up with like 25 boxes of headphones, a dozen or more Nokta Makro bags, which just have like a flyer and a hat and maybe a sticker in it. So what I did today, I put a pair of headphones from Kellyco in the Nokta Makro bag with a Finds box from Ed. So at least they got three cool things. They got headphones, they got a Finds box, and they got a hat.
And you got some snake skins to give out too, right, that I shipped you?
Yeah.
I think I got a couple, and I'm missing some.
And that came from Ed.
Yeah. So
Ed's reminded me, he got a couple snake skins and some Finds boxes. I shipped them to you way back.
Now, I got tons of Finds boxes from Ed's. I think there was like a dozen or more in there.
Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff. So I'm bad at it too, Barb. I get busy and I'm shipping stuff for other people and stuff to you and that kind of stuff, and I'm not writing stuff down enough. But when they tell me you're not to say anything, that's water under the bridge. I don't.
Yeah.
Right. He slept since then.
So I thought it'd be cool to put the hat, the headphones, and the Finds box. So I have 10 of those. I still have like 8 Finds boxes left. I got a Brute magnet from Little Dirt Digger. I think you sent me a Finds pouch. Mary Schaefer sent some books. I got 3 simplexes from Richard. I got a bounty hunter and a simplex from Fred Statler today. I got a mini horde and MIDI horde coming from you. And, I'm going crazy. But I got my spreadsheet up to date. My spreadsheet is up to date.
So how many detectors do we have now?
I can't remember.
We have 3,
I know
4,
you got a
5,
shipment
6.
of a MIDI and a mini, right?
I haven't got that yet, but I heard they're coming.
No, you got 2 minis.
Okay. No, all I have in my all I have in my
I'm
living
giving
room.
you a MIDI, but I'm not shipping it to you. You tell me who the winner is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I held back. You got a mini and a pinpointer for me and a mini. Good. And, yeah, okay.
I thought you told me I was getting a mini and a MIDI. Is it a mini and a mini?
Yeah, but I already sent you my mini along with another one. They were already boxed. You got them both. Plus, I threw a pinpointer in it.
Okay, I don't have them yet. Are they on the way?
Yeah.
Okay, they're not here yet.
They were on their way last week. I'm going to have to check the tracking. I got that upstairs.
And then,
well, you better check it because it ain't in my living room, dude.
And then you've got a MIDI that he'll ship out to the winner. So now
I'll ship out for you.
So now your spreadsheet is no longer up to date.
Right. I promised you a mini and MIDI.
You're going to have to PM me all that, Chuck, so I get it right.
I will. I've got it wrote down some of it upstairs in office there. And,
yeah, but you're going to have to check your tracking numbers because as of today.
Now, that was coming USPS.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It might not be there until the middle of November.
Well, we shipped it early then. So, the kiddos are going to come out. So.
Well, And that's why I am doing this earlier this year. I think it's the 9th, 10th, and 11th, or 11th, 12th, 13th. I don't have my calendar. Let me pull up a Christmas calendar. December calendar. Because last year I was worried when we were shipping things.
You're always worried about that.
So it's going to be the 11th, 12th, 13th, and everybody's going to ship on the 14th. And pray to God, USPS with 11 days can get their act together.
Well, hey, Christmas miracles happen all the time.
I actually think I'm going to ship all the detectors and the brute magnet. All my big items, I think I'm going to ship UPS. I just think they're more reliable, and I know the bigger the box, the cheaper they are than the post office. You dealers are going to remember, you get a dealer discount. I don't. Oh, could I? Maybe. I'll have to check into that.
You can get that. You can get that, but mine is you build it up and you get it. It's crazy. But with FedEx, I do have a little bit of a discount, but FedEx is kind of funny about coming out here sometimes. They start dinging me stop charges, pickup charges.
Oh, FedEx brings me a box and puts it on the side of my driveway halfway up under a tree, and I find it when I'm going to work the next morning. So I don't have a lot of faith in them. Yeah. I'm like,
thing here.
I was waiting for a return box to send, I think, DirecTV back when I canceled them. And it says it's been shipped, and I'm like, it said it was delivered, and I'm like, it ain't here. And I'm calling them going, look, it ain't here. And when I go to work in the dark, I'm like, what's that box sitting in my grass on the side of the driveway? And it was my box to send my DirecTV back.
Nice.
I mean, I know my driveway is very steep, but if my mother at 80-something can make it up it, the FedEx guy should be able to.
There you go. Ed Olson made a point with the big ballot backlog. You won't see shipments till January.
No. I know UPS will come through for me. So all the big items, I'm going there. All the little items, I'm going to the post office. I will post everybody's tracking numbers on the page once everything's shipped. And then we all just cross our fingers and pray.
Right. Exactly.
And people will understand if it doesn't get there in time, they will. What was nice when I got headphones in the middle of COVID, when everything, even Facebook was like, ugh. I mean, everything.
Facebook still is.
Driving me crazy. And I sent, I think, 6 or 7 kids headphones, and they were ecstatic. I mean, they were just like, this is Christmas in March or April,
Right. Exactly.
And I gave some stuff away last week. I was like, let's do a giveaway. This is driving me crazy.
Well, it's about to get worse.
No, nothing could be worse than COVID and going to work. It should
only be a real short drive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, too.
I'm going
and,
digging.
Your one night of the year is over with. Halloween's done.
Oh, no.
That's right.
My sister is...
Beautiful
room now.
Beautiful moon last night, though.
My sister.
Yeah, it was good flying weather, wasn't it?
Barb said that conditions were a little overcast. Visibility was low.
It was bad. Ha ha ha! Y'all are so funny. And I'm going to tell you what. My sister is the biggest witch. She really is. And she normally has 200 to 300 kids at Halloween. She takes a week off to make Halloween candies from scratch for Halloween.
Wow.
She has
Mark
everything.
that on the go-to list.
It is. It's like she was so depressed. She was like crying on Facebook last night. I had 48 kids. I don't believe this. Because she is baked for days. I mean, she does melted witches cookies. She does broomstick pretzels. I mean, where she gets this stuff, I don't know. But her house is like a smorgasbord for Halloween. And she was so depressed. I'm like, it's COVID. I'm sorry, but overnight me a package. I'll be
Right,
good.
yeah. If she's got a lot of leftovers, you can just give her my address, or I'm sure Frank can help her with that problem too. It sounds like he's pretty good at getting rid of those extras.
Yeah, so she was very depressed. And I mean, she called me like crying, going, I only had 48 kids. I'm like, I'm sorry. Because she lives for Halloween every year. She could care less about Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. Halloween is her holiday.
Well, and that unfortunately is a sign of the times. I mean, anybody I've talked to said that the participation or attendance, if you will, for trick or treat was way down because of COVID this year. I mean, they're concerned.
And the only reason it was big here, I mean, I didn't have any trick-or-treaters, and I'm happy because I bought a bag of candy, and now I got a bag of Kit Kats to eat. But we have so many farms that they do hay rides and pumpkin patch things and haunted cornfields. And so people were able to get out and do those things, and those places gave out candy. So
it was good to see the kids out. I was up at the station last night, and we were giving stuff out. We had it set outside and rotate as the kids picked their stuff up. You know, we're doing all the COVID thing, but it was good to see the kids out, and they were having a blast, and parents were having fun because the kids could be out, and it just got people outside a little bit.
I'm just glad the weather wasn't like it was today.
Oh, yeah.
This is true.
But
a year ago here last year, on Halloween, we had 5 inches of snow.
Ooh.
I'll see if I can. I'll get my cauldron out and fix that for you, Chuck.
There you go. That was a year ago. We had 60s yesterday, and it was good.
Well, my BFF, who is one of those other people politically, and if you've been looking at my post and all of them, they're just for her. But she did have a great idea. They sanitized all their candy, and they put them on the clothesline out in front of the house, and put the lights on so kids could just come up to the clothesline and take their candy off.
There you go.
Wow, that's a different twist.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad way to do it either.
A lot of creatives online, guys with shoot tubes coming down. They clipped a bag of candy on a ghost that was on wheels down a line and then draw it back and send it out to the kids. And there was a lot of neat stuff going on like that. So, and you know.
I seen people that had gloves with tongs, with the bowl with candy, where you could just put your gloves on, grab the tongs, grab your candy. You know, me, I would have just put the gloves on, emptied the bowl into my pocket, and just taken the whole bowl. You know,
I'd have just put the gloves on and grabbed the bowl.
That's
been
me.
Done with it.
I would have taken the whole bowl.
There you go. Well, you need to talk to Frank. He said he only had a group of 5 kids, and he has a lot of Snickers. I'll give him credit. He's buying good candy bars.
Yeah, he can send them my way.
Snickers are deadly.
Oh, no, not for me. Well, I don't know.
Top of the list.
They are for me. I'm allergic to nuts, so that's why I buy Kit Kats, okay, because I can eat them.
Yep. So, but anyway, what else do you think you would need? Are you up to the amount of stuff that you normally, or where you were at last year with what we're giving out?
Nope. Nope, I've got 3.
But the numbers
I've
of
got
the group are growing.
The numbers of the group are growing, and I got maybe 8 detectors. I got probably a lot of little things. I have no pinpointers. I have no shovels. I need 5 more detectors. Paul, I would like to see a lot more lower end detectives like the mini and midi hordes, and I know they're pretty reasonable. Because with Fred's simplex, that's 4 simplexes. So that's our 15, 14, 13, and 12. I mean, they're the ones that can handle that machine. And so I need like the lower end detectives for my little people. And I'd like a few, even it doesn't have to be a lesh. It can be, a $15, $20 shovel. Just because it's hard to give a kid a detector and you don't give him a shovel. I've got the headphones and I'm holding back. I think I have 5. And so I'm assuming that the simplex is a standard jack. It's not a weird one. That's what I hate about like the AT Pro and them. They, weird jack stuff.
Yeah, and they don't have to be brand new things, right? They can be a used
Used is fine too.
Or a detector, right?
Yeah, used is fine too.
They can be used detectors. Just don't give me some shovel that you beat for 20 years, keep it. But it can be anything, we need more coins. We need more fine pouch. I got 1 fine pouch. Yes, I got fine boxes. I usually pick up tons of that stuff at the seated hunts I go to, and there haven't been any, So,
right.
Yeah.
Good point.
A little lean on that stuff this year, but I am looking forward to going to Florida to hunt 7.
Me too. I'll see you there, Pops.
There you go. We'll be there, and Frank and Steve. I think Ronnie's going to be there, and Carolyn from Kellyco. There'll be quite a few there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Craig's going to have his hands full with that kind of a crew showing up, and I don't mean just by numbers of people.
I'm going to tell you where you need to stay later.
Okay.
Well then.
Yeah, it's where Frank and Steve, me, I think Dwight was there. Just about all the cool people were at our whole hotel. And it's like the closest to the site. So, and it was really nice. It was very nice.
Jill's going to come along, and I've got Frank coming down, whereas, and myself, and we're just going to come hang out. I want to hunt.
It was great.
I want to get out and hunt.
I want to go way out in the back. And they've added some property. So, I have a problem. I get out there, and when I can't see anybody for a quarter mile, it's like, okay, this is spooky. I think I'll go back. So I want somebody that wants to go way out to the back 40 with me.
There you go. And hey, Mike just said he can donate tokens, coins, marbles, or a detector. Mike Lockerman.
Yes, I seen him, and I said anything. I'll take anything except Frank or Steve.
Great.
I don't want them.
And he did donate a detector last year.
200 acres for you, Barb. They added 200 acres for you to go get lost on.
Oh, no. Gone Diggins going to be there, Matt Howell. And so I've told them we're hitting those 200 acres first.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
A lot of room. 200 acres is a lot of room.
Oh, God.
Yes, it
is.
is.
So waiting. I'm waiting for DIB. I need a digcation.
There you
go. Another thing, too, you should probably mention, Barb, is I'm sure you'll be making some posts on the group page, for people to start getting their kids signed up so that you kind of know how to break down the age groups.
I was going to do that today. and I decided I had to clean my house and organize my living room because it was a little disastrous. and and you know, when you have just boxes and boxes and boxes, it was like, okay, I'm on the show tonight. I got to organize this. I got to do my spreadsheet. But yes, I am going to do the post probably tonight, saying I need to know who you are, who you're playing for, and what age they are, because it's the only way to keep it fair. That if they just put their kid's name, then I could be given 2 detectors to one household, and the rules are 1 per person per family. You know, if you and your husband are playing, I'm sorry, you only get 1. And I watch that, and I spreadsheet it, and I check addresses to make sure nobody's, you know, scamming me, which I've never had happen, but I do double check it because I want this to be fair on the up and up, and to make as many households happy as I can.
Right, and that's for the big items like the detectors. I mean, the
Right.
little, like the coins and stuff, we're not too worried if...
They can win as many as they want, and what I do is I number everything. So every detector gets a number. They're at the top of my spreadsheet. All the other prizes are below. Now, I do combine some of those because, you know, I can't send a kid just 1 coin. I'm going to throw a sticker, a pen, you know, maybe put a book in with it, whatever. So a
Right.
lot of people's prizes get conglomerated into 1 prize. But usually the week before, I get all the boxes and envelopes, and I fill them all. And I think last year I had 52 prizes. And
I know you had quite a few.
I mark each one with the number. It's on the spreadsheet showing what it is. And that way, when somebody wins it, I just write on the inside of the box the person's name and just shove it aside for the next giveaway. And when the giveaway is over, we stopped right before Beyond Sight and Sound at 8 o'clock, and we announced the last metal detector prize giveaway on the show. When I got off the show, I was up till after midnight sealing every one of those and writing their addresses, and had it all packaged up and hit the post office at 8:30 when they opened, and they loved me.
And I think people really kind of got a kick the past couple of years of getting kind of that show recap, so to speak.
It was great. It was really nice. And we gave that last detector away. We announced it. It was, you know, I did the go live on the show, and the person that won it happened to be on the show. And they were like, great. So it's fun. I do it because, you know, age, and you know, we were dirt poor, and when I got married, it was no, and yeah, I shouldn't have got married. But
hey, now watch it.
Because, but divorce was good because it's what got me into this hobby. I'd wanted to do it for 20 years, and you know, I supported his hobbies, but he wouldn't support mine, and so when I got divorced, I spent a year going, what am I going to do? And started the only metal detecting show was metal detecting out of England. It took me a while to realize they were out of England, but they hooked me. And I bought my first detector like a month after finding them, and it's been the best thing in my life.
There you go. Definitely.
So I want to bring this to kids so that down the road they can say, you know, this is the best thing I ever did. You know, it de-stresses you. It makes you feel good. And when you find that one aha, you're like, OMG. And You know, and I've met the best people. I met you. I met Chuck. I have 800 and something friends on Facebook. Probably 600 I've never met, but they're all metal detecting friends.
And a Rolodex big enough she needs a garage to keep it in.
Yeah.
Yep, we're good group of people, and I've met some great people all over the world doing this for many years, and it's been a lot of fun, and had a lot of fun. Got to meet you at a DIV. Are you staying at the Best Western, or where are you staying at out there in Culpeper?
QP and Quality Inn. Sorry, QI. I need to check.
That's just back behind Best Western, isn't it?
Yeah, and the reason I don't do Best Western, it costs more, but I'm going to check Quality Inn tonight when I get off the show, because their rates may be cheaper than what I booked for, and if so, I'm going to rebook and cancel. But I'm not a breakfast person. I'm not a morning person at all. Sorry. And so I'm the kind of person that throws, a blueberry muffin, or I go hijack the food thing at Quality Inn and throw it in my bag. But I don't eat till like 9 o'clock. So they charge more at Best Western because you get a buffet. Well, I don't eat the buffet, so I don't care.
Well, and with COVID, the way it sounds, the breakfasts at many of the hotels are not all that grand right now.
Oh, well, no. Rose posted that she's over DIV, that the buffet is up. You have to have a mask. You have to put gloves on. You have to use the tongs. They've spaced the tables. The bar's open. Everything is basically the same.
Business as usual.
Except COVID and the spacing and the sanitation. So, I'm going to be the one that has 80 million snacks in my room, and probably won't hang out at the bar. It'll be, let's go outside and freeze our butts off and, sit out and chat.
Right. Go to Montpelier.
Well, that's a given at the Best Western. They're all up on the one end, and there's a group out there, and you go outside and you chat for a while.
Well, it's definitely going to be that this year, so.
Well, the first night before you go out there doing it, the second night there's fewer, and the third, everybody's too pooped.
Oh, no.
Right. Getting a little wore down.
No, to me it's always the first night, everybody's tired from driving there, and the second night, it's, okay, let's have a few drinks, and the third night, all the people that are leaving want to party.
Well, usually the third day, the barbecue is the party, and then it carries over.
And we've got a question in the chat wanting to know if we'll ship to Alaska for the giveaways.
No.
You heard it. I can't. I'm just following lead on that.
Yeah, she must have dropped her mic there or something. She sounded awful distant. I think she said no.
I said no.
Yes.
Okay. Well, just that way I know I heard you right.
I'm sorry.
So we're talking, for those that enter, we're talking the Continental 48.
48?
Yes.
I think we've said that before.
Yeah, I think we have.
And it's in the rules. I do believe it's in the announcement, the original one. And the reason is, I wish I could.
Shipping is just killer.
There comes a point that shipping to Alaska is probably going to be, if it was a small item, $25. If it's a big item, 50 or more. And I just have to play it safe.
Right. Well, that's a good question, though.
And I think, if a kid played and was in Alaska and won just a coin, I'd do it. I'd ship a silver coin to Alaska, but
right.
a detector or something else, I can't commit to that for people that are shipping on their own.
Well, yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, they may
Not be
they may
willing to
think,
do that.
yeah, they may think, hey, we're doing a good thing here. Oh, good Lord, because money's tight for some people during that time of the year anyway. And then they're going, oh my God, how am I going to come up with the money to ship that there?
Exactly. I had some people bail on me, got it promised detectors and other things at the and then bailed at the last minute last year. I don't want anyone to commit that cannot commit. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel you have to. COVID has hurt a lot of people. I'm lucky.
Right.
I don't know if I'm lucky. I'm an essential worker,
You're an
so whether
essential
that's lucky or
employee.
not. To me, it's killed me because I haven't had a vacation. I'm working. I've not had, unless I go, I just need a mental health day. Just get me out of here.
Right.
I just had number 14 COVID tests. Tomorrow I get number 15. So this has been a good distraction this year, and that's why I want to make it bigger and better, because there are families that can't afford to buy diddly.
Yeah, this year has just sucked. Everybody needs a good distraction.
I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna, but I didn't want to get bleeped. This year has sucked beyond any year that I can remember. And there are parents that probably want to buy their kid a detector and can't afford to. They had planned to. And now with COVID, I know people that are working part-time. I just had a best friend that I grew up with. They laid her off because of COVID. She was a manager for a hotel in Massachusetts. And now they're like, you can come back to work, but guess what? We're going to hire somebody that is younger and cheaper than you, but you can come back and be manual labor for a lot less money.
Yeah, and we'll schedule you 12 hours a week.
Yeah. And so don't commit if you can't. It's okay. If you can send me an Indian head penny, I'll give it away. I will look and drool and, go, I'd like that, but I will give it away to some kid. And this year, I think kids are going to be more happy with whatever they get. And so we're doing it for a good cause, and hopefully the folks that win really need it.
Well, I'm sure that it'll definitely make people happy. It'll make a lot of kids happy, and they'll definitely put it to good use.
and I can tell you, I did a giveaway, like a week ago, maybe?
Yeah, right around there.
And I said, you know what? If your kid won a detector last year and has found something, it don't matter what. Post a picture, and this is what we're going to give away. And I said, if you need headphones, let me know. Well, the person didn't let me know, so I sent the fines box with some coins and stuff in it. And after I sent it, I PM'd her. I said, you never told me, did your child need headphones? And she went, oh, yeah, they did. I'm sorry. I've already put her name on a set of headphones, okay? I said, I'm not sending them. Just in case you win something else, they'll go out with whatever else you win. And she was like, thank you so much. This is what it's all about, people. So, Joshua, I love Joshua. This is his last year. He has been in our group for like since
2018.
Since the beginning. And when he said, thank you so much, I finally won a detector last year. And somebody came back and said, excuse me, you won, not your kid? And I PM'd him and I said, Joshua, what's up? And he said, I'm 14 years old. I joined it. I'm legally to be on Facebook, and I
Right.
found you
And-
last year.
And he was
And-
trying so hard, too, so it was nice to see him win.
And he's like, I have been trying to win one for 2 years, and I finally got one. I've wanted one for years. And I said, when you get it, please post a picture. And I PM'd the person that questioned him and told him all about Joshua. And he was like, thank you for explaining. I thought a parent hoodwinked you. And I said, no.
No, not happening on this watch.
I said, this kid is awesome. And so I did, in the middle of COVID, when I came back with like 30 pairs of headphones, I was like, we need to have an early Christmas. I'm going to give away a bunch of headphones. And if you need them, if you have a detector and need them, please play. And Joshua didn't win, but I PM'd him and said, give me your Addy. I'm sending you a pair. Because I knew how proud he was to win that detector. And he posted a picture of the headphones and said, Barbara, thank you so much.
Right. Also, Detecting Addicts in the chat is asking how he can donate if he would like to, which I'm sure he can always get in contact with Chuck or you or myself, and we can definitely get them hooked up with any information they need.
We can. Yes, we can. And you know, we started this, Barb, and it's about kids. It's about getting them involved. It's about giving them a Christmas in some of the situations that they may not have had. Others that it's a great thing because some of the little schemes you come up with for their acceptance to win
is great entertainment.
For those, if you are an adult and you are bored and COVID has you down, join the page even if you don't want to play for someone. Join the page because what I put these kids through to win is
funny.
Amazing. It's hilarious. I make them do every crazy thing you can possibly do. We have scavenger hunts. We have truffle shuffle. Is that it? The truffle shuffle?
Yeah.
We make them do just about anything you can imagine to do. We do have some random.orgs, but I tried to make it fun. It isn't just, hey, pick a number and you can win. It's like, oh, no, you got to go find these 5 items and then post a pic, or you've got to have your dad stand on their head with a number, or,
Yep.
I mean, I make them do ridiculous things because and I have more people say thank you for the great weekend. We had so much fun. And with COVID, these people need this fun. So if you have some crazy idea on a contest to make kids do, I mean, I make them, one year I made them all sit on the toilet with a number and they had to post their picture on the toilet with their number. Yeah. And I had, of course, the parents and grandparents playing for their grandkids and kids, and which they don't have to be, they had to sit on the toilet. And that was more hysterical than the kids.
And Detecting Addicts would like to know if they can send a money order.
I actually have a PayPal account, and you can donate to my PayPal account. And
Oops.
Oops,
We lose
what?
her?
No.
No, I'm here. I
She's
just
there.
posted my email.
No.
I posted because I typed the wrong thing and I had the backspace. KennyForganC at Frontier.com. That's my PayPal address. You can just send me something by PayPal.
And if you do use PayPal, we do kind of prefer
Friends?
that you send that friends and family.
Yes. And I can say I do have a little cushion. I had signed up for JGD Hunt in March, and they canceled it because of COVID. And so we were supposed to go in October, and then they canceled it and decided to do MMD hunt or something. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I wanted to go to the hunt where we were hunting because I know that property and I want to go there. And so I asked for a refund. So I do have $250 sitting in my PayPal from that refund, and I've just let it sit there just in case I need it for the kids' giveaway.
Right.
Well, our Relic Hunter says beer pong for a detector, adults only.
No. This is a and you know what? I'm all into that, but not on the kids' giveaway.
I like his idea. That could definitely be entertaining, but that's not necessarily so
that could
PG.
Be something that we could do down at Florida Hunt 7.
No,
Greg left.
No, Bill, you just gave me a great idea. We could actually do quarters, and they would have to post a pic of bouncing their coin into a cup with a number on the cup, and they can't post till they get the quarter in the cup. So we could give them like 20 minutes to do it, and that would limit how many people can play for that prize, because either their parents were drinkers or they weren't.
Well, okay, yeah, you make a valid point there. But it has to be PG. I mean, it is on a kid's page.
Yeah, exactly. But I can tell you that having the parents stand on their head was ridiculous. There were people
that was hilarious.
There were people that couldn't get it up. Couldn't. I almost said something. They could not. They couldn't get their feet up to stand on their head, so they kind of had their head showing between their legs. It was hilarious. They were
Some
like,
people were leaning on couches. I think there were even a couple that took the photo and then edited it and rotated it so that they were on their head and posted it.
Oh, they did. There were some that did ridiculous things to get it done.
Do you remember, I think it was last year, I believe the contest was something about pick a number, and all of a sudden one of the people just bam, 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 starts guessing numbers and going right down the screen, just posting and posting and posting.
Oh, yes.
And come to find out, somebody was playing for their grandson, but they had to get up and leave the room for something, and the grandson grabbed the phone and started guessing all sorts of numbers.
Yes, and we were like, you got to stop. You only get one guess. And he came back. He actually was on the show and said, that was my grandson. I'm sorry. And I was like, no, it was hilarious, because we're like, you only get one choice. And this kid put in 100 numbers.
Right? They just went nuts with it, and it looked like, I don't know, I must have missed that. I thought maybe Frank had a question, but I guess not.
I think they're talking about Florida Hunt. But so, guys, if you
I don't know. They could be talking about beer pong, for all I know.
Oh, they
weren't talking about it because Frank was in on the beer pong. Then we said something else about the quarters. He says he's in there too.
Right. Any activity like that doesn't require he has to stand up and run around or anything. I don't know if his knees are still bugging him yet. So those would be good activities. He can do that sitting down.
Well, I like the scavenger hunts. And to me, even the families do, because I have more parents say, our kids were running around the house, everyone's screaming, everyone's on their phone running around the house going, we need this, we need that, we need this. You know?
God, I know. I think one year we single-handedly destroyed our house in like 5 minutes.
And so if you plan on being a participant, have your tree up in advance. That's a given because something on your tree will be asked for. Um, have your digging gear handy because you never know what you're going to need from that. If you get any good coins, you might want to have a couple of those hanging out. So you can prepare for this and be quick. But you never know what I'm going to ask you to give. I mean, I could ask you for toenail clippers or whatever, you know.
Well,
And
just so you don't ask for toenail
That's
clippings.
something you can never.
Just
what
so
was
you,
that?
just so you don't ask for toenail clippings.
Yeah.
No, never. That's gross. That's nasty. Okay, I'm a nurse, but toes are nasty, you know. But yeah, you know, you can kind of prepare, but still there'll always be that one crazy item that you go, where'd she come up with that?
Right, yeah.
Probably an ORH.
Oh, and if it's a scavenger hunt, I only allow one electronically generated picture because I had somebody one year do every picture electronically in like 2 seconds and post it. And I'm like, that's cheating.
That's pretty quick on their part, though, to do it that fast.
Oh, it was quick. It was like boom, 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 and they were there. And I'm like, those are all electronically generated. And I gave it to them, but so now I tell them either no or only one electronically generated picture. And you can draw. I mean, I have kids that draw some of the craziest.
Says you.
No, but I always like birds and dogs and pets. It's amazing the pets that they post in these scavenger hunts. I've had parrots, cats, dogs, snakes, you name it. I've had it. I think we even had a tarantula one time.
Have you ever told them to draw an animal and they post up the picture and you're going, what is that supposed to be? That looks more like a Rorschach test.
If they draw it, I give it to them. I just say, okay.
Okay, well then maybe I can draw. Oh well. That's the way it goes, though. But obviously, they will. I mean, they're going to want to request to join the group, and they will see all the details that they want as they come available, or if they're already there.
Oh, and there will be a cutoff.
Oh yeah, good point. We do normally cut that off too, and I have been adding members while we've been on the show.
Well, Lord, you got more time than I got. But
well, I wouldn't go that far.
I'm just picking on you, Josh. You know I love you. There comes a point that I have to say, that's it.
Right, because it's not fair to everyone that's been in the group, that's been waiting for these contests, for somebody to come in the night of the contest and win something.
And I can tell you, we're starting on a Friday, probably 5, 6 o'clock. It depends what time I get off work. The earlier I can skate out, the earlier I start. I'll wrap things up. But at the latest, it's 8 o'clock on Friday, and we go to about midnight. And most of the contests are about every 45 minutes, every hour. But then comes Saturday, the minute I get up, and I don't get up early for this. It's like
and
when I
it's
get up,
nonstop.
It's nonstop all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I do post what time we are giving detectors away for what age group in advance so that those people know to be there for their kids.
Which is another reason why I can't stress enough, you have to follow the posts in the group. Because, that weekend, it gets hectic. Posts jump all over the place in there.
They do. And so I usually give a schedule out Thursday night, Friday morning saying, these are the times for the detector giveaways. It'll start at this time, end at this time, so that people know to be available. But there's going to come a point, probably Wednesday night before we start at midnight, I'm shutting the group down. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. Well, you can leave, but we're not going to boot you out unless you're an idiot.
And we do announce this in advance. As a matter of fact, we've usually given them a heads up in the show, too, a few episodes prior to locking it up.
Yes, we have. And last year, I think we had about 40, 50 people join the day of. And I've been promoting this for a month. A month ago, I posted on the biggest Facebook pages I know, Detecting the Heartland, Dirt Pirates. Detect America, tons of them. And then I did it again today, and I finally, after an hour and a half, I'm like, I'm done. I got to clean my house. So there comes a point I can only do so much advertising, and there comes a point, sorry, but you've had months to get in. You should have got in. Sorry.
Right. And with the promo for tonight's show, the link for the group went along with it in, I don't know, 30, 35, 40 different places on Facebook.
And I think what happens is that people win a detector or win something good and they post it on their page, and then all their friends are like, I want in, and it's
too late.
Sorry, too late.
Yep. And that's one of the reasons why we do the promo show every year, so we can give people a heads up it's coming. And once we do the promo show, that link stays in the show description through future episodes rolling up to Christmas, and then we do start to make people aware, hey, if you haven't joined, you need to get over there because the cutoff date is coming, and at that point, it doesn't matter how many times you cancel that join request and ask to join again, you're not getting in. Not until after the contests are done.
I think last year we were around 285, and this year we're pushing 400. And last year I mailed 52 prizes out that didn't include detectors, shovels, pinpointers, all that. So we made close to 100 kids happy last year. And we'll try to do it again this year, But we've got people that have been here from day one. And so I'm not letting people in at the last minute. It's, and I tell the admins, just deny. Don't even let them sit there. Just deny them so they know they've been denied.
Right.
Okay. Bart, that package I was talking about?
Yes, sir.
I went ahead and I had to go through and check it out. So I've got to schedule a redelivery to you.
Why?
Evidently, they tried to deliver it, and since it's insured signature.
Was it tried to deliver today?
No, that was a few days. It's probably at your post office.
Okay, I'll go by tomorrow.
Yeah, give it a check. I just got to thinking. While we were talking, I dug out the receipt on that. So your package, there should be 2 more detectors, 2 minis, and a pinpointer for you.
Okay, I will go by the post office in the morning. I didn't check the mail when I went down today. When we get off the show, I'll drive down and check it to see if there's a slip in my box. With COVID, my mailman used to come at like noon. Now it's whenever. But I did check it Friday, and I went through all my mail yesterday that I had, and there was no delivery receipt.
Okay, because I just went through it. They're telling me it's going to return to sender on November 4th.
Okay, I will go by tomorrow.
Yeah, go tell them you do have a pack there, and I will send you the tracking number on message. And,
okay.
And Lauren,
yeah, that got me wondering. It's been a while. It's been sitting there a while, so it's there for you, kiddo.
All
And
right.
Lauren has asked, she clicked the link. She wants to play for her grandson, I guess, but her grandson doesn't live with her, and she didn't know if she could join or not. And we've had people
Yes.
that have requested to join just because they want to watch the kids participate. They're not even playing. They just like to watch everything going on. But we have had people play.
Entertainment.
Yeah, and we have had people play for their grandkids who live in other states. I mean, I can think of one case in particular last year where a person was playing for their grandkids, but they lived in Ohio, their grandkids lived in Michigan, and their grandson actually wound up winning a detector that Little Dirt Digger had donated.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, even if the grandchild lives in another state, you can still play for them. You have to make sure, and when that post comes out, let people know I'm playing for so-and-so, age such and such. They're my grandson.
And the thing is, your grandkids, your kids do not have to live with you. At first, we had said they had to be present. They no longer have to be present. You have to state their name, their age, because I spreadsheet all of that to keep it on the up and up. And you play for them. It's one detector per household or family. You know, you can't say, oh, well, I won that for that family, so I'm going to play for this family. No, it don't
Right,
work that
yeah,
way.
it can't work that way.
Right. And we have sent detectors to grandparents that have said, it's here. Christmas Day, I'll give it to them, and I'll take pictures, and they have, and it's been great, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I say we've had people that they're not even playing for kids, and they asked to join the group just because they love seeing all the photos of the kids getting their prizes, or some of the funny contests that go on to, you know, enable some person to win a prize. They just do it for the sheer entertainment, or sometimes it's somebody that has donated an item that they would just like to watch and see who receives that item, because everything that is donated goes out.
And everything, and then some. I've had packages where I'm like, I got to put something else in there, and I go hunting through my relics and find something to put in there, you know, just because I'm like, well, that's a little cheesy, you know. But no, this is all about fun. It's about making kids happy. It's helping parents that can't afford things, and it's why I do it. And it's how these two guys I'm talking to wrote me into it.
Nothing but pure collusion together here.
And just so I can say something, I don't have any kids, and I would
Right.
love to have a bunch. I have about 200 kids, nurses that I have taught and graduated and are great nurses, and they are my kids. And, you know, this is just a way for me to give to people.
Yep, and you know, I do this because I like seeing the kids get something, but I also like to give back within the community of our detecting group. And I try to give a little more every year. You guys treat me very well out there. You're good customers. I have fun with you. I get to meet a lot of you. And we have a good time together and that kind of stuff. And the show here, Josh, and it's just a way to give back.
Right.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love giving back, and I love seeing the kids getting there. That's the longevity of this hobby, and the families out doing it. And to hell with the COVID, they can get out and do something and be in a yard or a park or a field, and nobody's bothering anybody, and they're finding stuff and having a great time.
Exactly.
And
that
you know,
is why I do it.
and Chuck, you
I
are.
love to pick on Barb.
I I'd love to pick on you, Pops, but you know what?
There you go, Barbie.
You're our best
Anyway,
sponsor.
we got to get a little more for you, but get up there tomorrow and check on her. They're going to ship that cotton picker back to me.
I'll be there at 8:30. I promise, Pops.
Okay.
They didn't leave me a thing, unless they left it late last night.
Well, remember, Barb.
I got the thing. I'm going to shoot a picture and shoot it to you, and then you can show it to them and say, "Where's this at?"
Yeah.
Remember, Barb, I did get a certified court subpoena not too long ago that I didn't fill out that receipt. I didn't do anything with it, but the court still got it. I'd still like to know who signed for it.
Yeah. But
so I'm going to back out of here.
All right. Night,
you guys have a safe week. We're supposed to go in the 60, 70 range this week, so that's coming your way out there, out east, Ohio and Pennsylvania, and whoever's out east listening. This cold weather's on its way a little bit first, so I'm going to get out and do a little detecting. I got to put a boat away, but everything's caught up, and I can go out and have a little fun.
Good luck with it. Hopefully you find some good stuff.
Well, I hope so. We've narrowed down a spot, and I've been pulling some stuff out of it, but unfortunately, the additives on the ground, anything copper, nickel, it's just ate the daylights out of them. But I've gotten a large set of 3-cent nickel. I got a shield nickel. The silver's fine. It's a little blackened up, and that's no big deal, but ain't going to work that one a little more, I think, and got some walking to do.
Right.
So you guys have a great night. Stay out of trouble, Barb. All of you out there have a great one, okay?
All right. Thanks for the call, Chuck.
Thanks, Josh. Barb, bye.
Night. And Chuck is one of our great sponsors, and he does hook me up with other people. Richard, thank you. You have been a lifesaver. Kids will love you. Fred, thank you. Frank went to bed, lightweight, but thank you. And, whoever can give. If you can't, that's okay. Join the group. Have some fun. Because guess what? There are only reruns on TV. There are no news shows unless you want to watch The Bachelorette, which so it'll give you a weekend of fun watching kids do crazy things, and it'll be a lot of fun.
There you go. Well, if you unless you have anything else to add to it, Barb, what do you say we roll on out of here then, and we'll see if anybody else is asked to asked to join the group.
I say let's roll out of here. I need to powder my nose.
All right. So if you all enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. Check out the group, the Great Metal Detecting Kids Christmas Giveaway, ages 5 to 15. The link is in the description. It's in the chat. And it'll be in the archive. Until the next one, have a wonderful evening, folks. We're out of here.